Hey everybody, Jesus Christ Dean Weston Chandler, Sachi Prime here once again. And I am being very serious. For the sake of transparency, I have disabled the green screen filter and I have some notes. Which essentially, to be honest, is pretty much my dialogue. But I'm still going to take my time, so I may be a bit slow. So there you go. Since I started about my online presence and attempted at being more social and individual after having moved back to Ruckersville, I felt like I've been met by a real mixed bag of individuals. Over the years, I've been mentally and emotionally abused, manipulated, deceived, pressured, and just simply stressed. For a long time, still am, I have had an amount of optimism in the goodness of others on this earth. I was naive for a long time, but over the decades I have learned over and over hard about such individuals, and these details I should have been more aware of for a longer time. But I have found myself, and I count the blessings that I have now and the good times I actually had in the past that actually helped to develop me for the better, on top of the bad. But the mixture of the toxic individuals, just in general, made me feel upset and distraught. I continued on with as optimistic an attitude and faith in others as possible, as well as the faith in the better outcomes I have foreseen between numerous dreams and visions. It became tough to hold on to that faith at times. I have been tested time, and again. Of course, that includes all of the theoretical answers. That includes the friendship that I had with Megan Schroeder, and just the acquaintances and friendships that I at one point wanted to be romantic, but obviously that was not going to ever be the case. Yep. The indirect comments, the bad arts, I should never ever take it personally. Had I never looked at, have I never taken any of them personally, had I never Googled my name after getting that Nintendo Wii, had such things been different as early as 2006, things would be a lot different today. With each time of abuse and deception and betrayal, I felt disappointment and I felt hatred towards those individuals who had done these things upon me. My family, as well as those around me and other people in general over the years. Suffice to say, this is very bad and very wrong. I still know and appreciate that forgiveness is indeed the better way, because I would just be letting the villains win if I just let the hatred consume me, if I just let the screams and shouts go out all over the place. But that is not me at all, as it has been made more clear from time to time. Oh look, we're finally going to get classic Chris Chan back. Haha. Yes, no. We are never, ever, ever, ever doing that again. I have been slowly but surely, mentally and emotionally and spiritually, been maturing. That was, as you could tell, from as early as 2011 or 12. And eventually, I finally stopped sharing and oversharing personal and life details and events. Why? Because that should never have been done in the first place. But under emotional pressure, am I being naive? I had lacked that common sense. I feel like there's just so much hatred and discomfort inside me towards those online, with that needless hatred and shit from over the blade decades, that I just do not feel at ease doing the live streams. I feel like my development and maturity is just not appreciated. I feel the fact that I had found myself is not appreciated. And I feel like I continue to be perceived based on past versions of myself that I am no longer whatsoever. And I simply cannot feel good about it or laugh it off. And that is regardless of my prior lack of awareness of how I am perceived. I mean, how would you feel if you were constantly egged on and perceived as something childish when you know you are of a better emotional maturity or age? And that's just regardless of the physical age, as a lot of you can be aware. You can be 30 years old and have the mentality of, let's say, a 15-year-old, because you're probably like, an inner closeted individual just essentially clinging on to creature comforts and whatnot. But still, yes, it does remain important to hold on to having an inner child and a goodness so that you can have optimism and positivity for others. But that is such a thing, a rarity to be able to maintain, on top of having to endure all these depressions, all these stresses, and the hatred that can be felt of other individuals. We are just, if you all really want me to continue doing live streams, then this really needs to change. I would genuinely appreciate authentic positivity as well as authentic appreciation and support in my mental and emotional maturity as an individual. And what I am going to do and meant to do in my continued lifetime and everything and all that is good and righteous. I have felt pain and despair over and over and over again. And every photo or recording of me and uploading or public sharing of that without my personal consent or better direct consultation is felt like an act of great betrayal and mistrust. And you're not going to get any more deeper betrayal than hang on, my brain, the name is escaping me. Give me a moment. Dang it. Anyway, it'll come back to me in a moment. But anyway, just I'm very well aware of the toxic haters that only make up the minority of all of you. And as I have much optimism as possible for the majority of all of you who are neutral and or good, I can only tell so much of an individual through the internet on intuition alone. And the pressure on me is just simply not helpful at all. I should not have to feel this high level of hatred upon anyone, but I do with those few, and indirectly, it just ends up spreading out to the majority, because I don't know who they were offline, those people of whom I just really hated. And especially the immature weens that want to just tag on to those that did me wrong. Besides, like, oh, it's the cool trending thing to just mock and continue to torture Christian all over the place. And with all the risks I am very well aware of, all I could do is just continue to feel this discomfort and emotional distance from all of you. Even positive comments, while very much appreciated, I'm just aware that some of them, a few of them, could either be sarcastic or ironic. Oh, Christian, we love watching your live streams. I have not done that many live streams. And the freaking algorithm places videos that were on my channels and even videos from other channels that talk about me. They get placed alongside cringe videos and creepypastas, such as I cannot help feel that there may be a lie in that statement, or there is something mentally right or wrong with those individuals who say that to me, even in person. You know what? It just frankly sucks. But yeah, just there's a reason why this merge is happening and why there are going to be those that are going to be left behind, the toxic ones. Or at least the toxicity from with them is going to be left behind if they end up physically surviving at that point. But that's a whole to be confirmed, respectively, individually, out of those millions to billions of my followers. Within that spectrum. Around the earth. Around the 12-18 half of this earth. And just the toxic individuals in general from the C197 half. But that's a whole different kettle of fish right there. Anyway, so I could do very much a whole lot of pain if I just let the hatred out. But I know those haters, they would just love it if I did that. So I shall not, and I will not. I am a strong, mature individual. I am identified and knowing that I am the one avatar of all existence and everything of which I talked about before, because I found myself in all the self-meditations, all the self-realizations, and even I am understood and acknowledged by those who are actually authentically psychic and can sense the auras and energies and everything. But that still is a small number in comparison to the majority who don't have as much psychic openness or spiritual openness from themselves, or the connections that most of them that do have them are able to reach. And I've reached far beyond them. I've connected with the alpha and omega point of all existence, literally. And that's beyond the timeline core matrix, and that's beyond this universe's core matrix. And I do just feel. I still feel. I still get pressured from time to time. It takes a lot to break me. It takes a lot to make me bend or break. It's like all I could do is just continue to have faith. And as you can tell, I have become more emotionally grounded and stable as opposed to I was, back in 2007 or 8? Hey, oh, hey, 2007 called. They want the Christian memes back. Because that's a fad that's just long done and over with. And no matter how much you're going to do that, how much you're going to want, no matter how much of that you're going to want, it's not coming back ever. I could put on similar to the classic iconic shirt that I had, but you're never going to get me screaming or complaining like it did that became so meme-worthy, or anything personal of me, whether it be on the social media posts, mainly on my Blue Sky these days, if and when I post anything, and eventually I'll be putting more onto the Quick Life vlogs as well. So there. So it's a combination, and everything continues to progress, and I have lots of good ideas in my mind, and lots of blessings that are manifesting and going to be, and that I have right here and now. And just, I pray that all of you watching this will actually just appreciate and give me authentic kindness and support, and just no longer judge me by past things that I were before. And just one name drop in particular right now. Saberspark knows and appreciates that people can change. I have changed for the better. And y'all should realize and understand that. I have a lot of love in my heart and in my soul. I should not have to feel any of the hatred that I have of those amongst all of you. And I pray that when they are left behind, there is a forgiveness within them of their sins, of their regrets, of their doubts, and everything in general. So, just yeah. I never want to experience any more betrayal from anyone. And I don't want anybody to be hurt. I no longer want to be hurt. So let's all please do good authentically and so. And just I feel so disappointed. I have my upsets. I can only keep myself emotionally grounded so much. And I'm doing the best I can to hold on right now. So, take from that what you will. And have faith in me actually doing good better. And also just please, no invasion of privacy. No invasion of just for content about me. Because all that oversharing should never ever been done in the first place by me. A lot of things on that regard is indeed my fault. Nobody else but me. And I fail for each of those theoretical ethicists, and I let myself be swayed by them. I am no longer ever going to be like that. Never, ever, 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 ever again. In my very long lifetime. So there. I feel like that's about all I can say from deep within without getting too emotionally overboard. So once again, if you really want to see more live streams from me again, there has to be a lot less hatred and a lot less hatred based on immaturity. There has to be a lot less hate-inspired memes. There has to be better judgment and appreciation of support of the better version of me that I am now and that I am becoming. The more positive one. The one that is meant to be and take part in the better of this world, this universe, this very timeline. And if y'all are still hating me after I said that, well, frankly, I just feel very sorry for you. Okay? That is all.